Tom King is about to take off when it comes to writing Batman. Let's take a look at the first part of I Am Suicide. What's up, everybody? I'm Stan, and welcome to Detail Comics, where we go over comics in detail. This iRate review is about Batman issue number 9. So this is the first part of the I Am Suicide arc, which picks up after the Night of the Monster Men. So when we last left Batman, he was going to Amanda Waller, looking into a proposition, and now we see him kind of deciding, this is what I need to do, especially after the events of Night of the Monster Men and the fact that Claire is getting worse. With that in mind, he makes his way over to Arkham so that way he can pick out the finest choices for his own personal Suicide Squad. But maybe we're jumping the gun a little bit here, because what I really want to open up with is the whole entry of Bane into Tom King's version of Batman. And Bane, we get a great opening. It's only about 5 pages, but we see him as a child. 4 years old, 14 years old, 21 years old, and then back again. And then how he has spent his entire life, every day, for years. The tides would come into his prison, and then he would be gasping for breath, treading water, pinched and cut by the crabs, sucked on by the slugs and the leeches, and he was just a terrible existence for the majority of his young life. And he finds the Psycho Pirate. After years of turning to Venom in order to quash this, he finds that he no longer needs Venom, and ultimately he wants the Psycho Pirate for one simple purpose: psychology. He wants to basically take care of himself. The intimidating factor of Bane inside his prison, sitting on a pile of skulls fashioned into a throne, naked, while confronting Psycho Pirate, who is clearly fearing for his life. There is something just absolutely menacing about that, because he is just very calm, very collected, and sinister. And that is the way that we open this book, and that is so badass. It's awesome! And Mikel Janin's art is just so good for the way that Batman is really portrayed and the way that Tom King tells a story. And then it just gets better when we get to Arkham. There's this 2-page splash that is just stunning. You know, that you've got Batman, this almost like neon iridescent smoke rolling across the ground, the skyline lit up by lightning in the backdrop as you see Arkham Asylum in front of him. It is just amazing. And then as we go through and take a tour of the loony bin, we see various characters. You know, we see the Tweeds, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, that kind of stuff. We see the Calendar Man that's still in there. But the most interesting inmate that we really find as he's going through and picking up his rogues for his gallery is Jane Doe. And Jane Doe appears to be Saturn Girl from the Legion of Superheroes, and she even goes so far as to huff on the glass, make a little Legion logo as Batman is walking by, just to try and signal that, hey, I really need to get out of here at some point in time. But what we find in the culmination is that there is a very specific person that he is looking to introduce to his team that has some pretty serious personal history with him, and that would be Miss Selina Kyle. And I really like this because this is a reintroduction of Selina Kyle into the Batman universe post-Rebirth, and the fact that she's got like 243 counts of murder against her as she's sitting in Arkham Asylum, I was like, holy shit, she killed a lot of people! But it's really going to be interesting to see how that dynamic kind of plays out, especially with Tom King, because he's going to probably write them in a very different kind of way. And clearly you just see Selina's look in her eyes is just very... It's very interesting. I can't wait to see where this is going. I feel like the setup is so strong, and I feel like the book is going to really just kind of start taking shape and really show the strengths of Tom King as a writer, especially when contrasted with Scott Snyder, because they tell 2 very different stories. So I'm really excited to see where this one goes, and I highly recommend people that haven't been reading Batman, jump in on this one, get a feel for it, and tag along for the next issue or 2. It is probably going to be pretty damn awesome. Well, that's my review of Batman number 9, but I want to know what you guys thought about it too. Did you pick up on the Easter eggs? Is there something else that I missed? So hit me up in the comments down below, and I'm more than happy to chat with you. As always, if you like what you see, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to get more news, reviews, and commentary on comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, and games, and anything and everything inside the world of comics.